Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. This is Ali Tarot 108. Thanks so much for clicking today. So if you are new to the channel, I'll just explain a little bit what we're doing today. So we are doing a past, present, future reading today for the new Prime Minister of Canada, Mark Carney. If you've clicked on the video, you probably know that. So on my channel, we do all sorts of different tarot readings, celebrity, world events, sometimes pick a card readings, and lots of other stuff. One of my most popular videos released recently was the Future of Canada video, May 2025, Future of Canada, because I know that right now a lot of Canadians are concerned about their country, me included. Yes, guys, I'm Canadian. Currently living abroad, but yes, I am Canadian. My family's back there. I feel concerned and worried for everyone, and I can see my video was so popular because people are worried. People want to know what's gonna happen in this country, which was once so great. Now it's in a lot of turmoil. So yeah, we are going to look today at the Prime Minister. Now, I want to tell you guys, if you don't know about it already, but the Prime Minister of a country can really affect the country from a energetic standpoint. It's not only about, now it is about what that person does, those actions that we see, but guys, there are a lot of astrologers out there who do comparisons of the president or prime minister's astrological chart with that of the actual country itself. And yes, guys, for astrology, a country can have a birth chart. For example, some people do astrology on like the birth chart of the United States of America, which is like, whichever day it was founded is its birthday. July 4th, whenever. So for Canada, there also is a birth chart. For every country, there really is a birth chart. But yeah, for politicians, there is as well. And I will just say, people have analyzed the birth charts of Trump, of Putin, of Vladimir Zelensky, president of Ukraine. I don't know if there's anyone out there on YouTube that has analyzed the birth chart of Mark Carney, but I believe some people have done Justin Trudeau. But guys, I am an astrologer, but on this channel, I just simply look at the cards. And yes, I am a psychic, I am a medium, I do get messages. But yeah, we are looking at the cards and we are picking up psychic messages today. Not dealing so much with astrology, that's not my channel, but anyway, guys, you've heard me talk and ramble on long enough. We are going to look at the life of Mark Carney. Now, what we do with these readings is the first line is the past, the second line is the present, and the third line is the future. I think we're really all interested to know the future, but tarot is not biographical per se. I always say this, it's not biographical. It can give us greater insights into the person and into their emotions as well. So in the past, we are going to look at things that he's been through in his life, like up to this very moment. So whatever comes through, comes through. Yeah, and I do a little thing as well at the beginning, which is looking at the past life of the person. I have these past life cards here, but I get messages about them as well. And it's just a kind of interesting thing because if you know anything about the transmigration of the soul from life to life, from body to body, you should know that people who are in the limelight, who come to be leaders of countries or celebrities, these people are not ordinary. They have had some like accumulation of I don't know, you can call it like credits. karmic credits from lifetime to lifetime, which have led them to be in this situation. So let's just look at the past life of Mark Carney. This one comes up. Oh, who was Mark Carney in his past life? So healer, it says. Doctor, faith healer, midwife. But I really get a typical kind of doctor energy. Now, he is now 60 years old, so that means he was born in, I don't know, the 1960s. But anyway, so before then, I see him as, like, yeah, he could have been a doctor or medic. I feel like he was someone very educated and very, like, respected in his community as well in his past life. I don't feel he was necessarily famous. I don't get any famous names or anything coming up like that for me, but I also get the feeling like he was in England. He was British, and we know that Mark Carney, he has that connection with England as well. So I feel like he's returned in this life in a bit of a different sphere of profession, of work. He's not a doctor in this lifetime, but I feel like, yeah, in his past life he could have been. I get this energy of like a British doctor, like to the crown or to the royals or something like that. Like maybe he was even he knew Queen Elizabeth and Queen Elizabeth's father in his past life. But anyway, that's his past life. That's one thing. So going into the first line, we are going to take a few cards to kind of get the theme of the past, his past life in this life. So what do we need to know about Mark Carney's past? Now, there are a lot of, you can say, pundits on the internet who speculate about Carney, his past, and things that he did in England. Some people say that, oh, he ruined the British economy. He blah blah blah. You know, this and that. He did write a book about. I forget what the title was. He had some book. Now, who knows if he actually wrote that book himself, or if he had a ghostwriter or someone from his team or whatever writing it for him. But yeah, he has a book about the things that he cares about global emissions and net zero and all that. But anyway, what do we need to know about Mark Carney's past? Why did I psychically see this card coming up earlier before I even got into this reading? So liberation. The doubts and fears still come up. You don't believe anymore that they're you. You know, he's a person who has lived all over and who has kind of connections like all over the world. If we just speak about the English-speaking world, he has a lot of connections all around everywhere. But I also see something coming up about France. But yeah, I see him when he was younger as a person who was like, you know, I just want to live my life to the fullest. I want to fly. You know, you see this dragonfly here, and the dragonfly can really be a symbol of strength, but I also get a message that's like a symbol of vitality as well, especially for men. Like having a lot of energy, especially when he was younger. Even now, I feel like he's a person who has like a lot of energy, like never stopping, keep going. And you see here, I see this dragonfly image here as being like, you know, when you're on a plane and you look out the window of the plane, it's like that. You see everything down below, all the fields, all the places, which are like tiny specks, and you're like up in the air in this plane. So I feel him as someone who's kind of like that, who's always been like that, who's trying to see the bigger picture, trying to go beyond his own limitations. Also, I see him as a person who, like, he can accept that he's wrong. I feel like he's always been like that. Like I feel like he's a person who he will accept criticism if it's like verified. He's always been like that, I feel. This is just messages coming through. Like, I accept that there are things that I have to learn and never stop learning and try to see the bigger picture and try to see how things connect and interrelate with one another. I feel like that is part of the reason for his success, just kind of this like detachment or like the status of observer. I get this message of like, there's an old saying, it's like you have two ears, two eyes, but only one mouth. So it's like the information that you take in should be more than the information that you put out. So I see him as a person who is like slow to speak, always looks at the facts, and tries to make the best actions or decisions based on the facts and things that he sees. So the doubts and fears still come up. You don't believe anymore that they're you. I feel him when he was younger, like as a child, having a lot of, you can say like self-doubt or like wanting to build his confidence. I feel like his parents worked on that with him. We have to build his confidence. I feel like he could have been a child who was like timid or unsure of himself, but I feel like his parents worked on that. I'm seeing sports being important in that. It's interesting, this card. So what comes up here? Taking another little indicator. So what do we need to know about Mark Carney's past? I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of comments on this video of people saying like, he's the worst or he's the best. People seem to be like very, very polarized about this man. A lot of drama and issues going on in Canada right now. So let's see his past. Oh, somebody jumped. What do we need to know about Mark Carney's past, please? What is that? Yoga. So we've got number 4 and this Libra sign. So it's also 7th, but number 4 is also the moon. It's also Cancer. So, but the message I'm getting from these astrological symbols is like, in the past, so we are looking at his past, it's that energy of, I want my home to be very balanced. I want my home life to be very balanced. I get, and from the yoga energy as well, it's that energy of like, I want to make sure that my actions align with my values. This is the message I'm getting. That my actions align with my values. And also I get a message about my community. From this card, I'm seeing community, the community that he's in or the community that he's supporting. I feel it being important to him with that number 4 energy, because 4 in astrology is the house of, home life. The 4th house in astrology is the house of home life, house of the wife, house of, it can also be the house of one's country of origin. But what I'm seeing from this card and what I'm picking up is him, wherever he is, just really caring about supporting the people around him in community. And we know he's worked in government, like he's worked in the British government as well. And I see him as being a person who's like, I have to care about the people. I feel like he does care about the people. But with number 7 here, the Libra energy coming up, it's the 7th house. And so that is the house of partnerships. The house of partnerships, marriage, marital partner. But 4 and 7 together, it makes a very good like combination. It's like, it's like, how can I say it? With those things together, if you have a strong mix in your chart, a strong, in Eastern astrology, they call it a yoga, like a mix. They have a strong connection. if the fourth house and the seventh house, they have a strong connection to each other, it's like you're going to have a lot of harmony in your home life, in your family life, in your marriage life. And if we look at it with Mark Carney, I feel like it's not only about his personal life. If I'm looking at this card, I feel like it's about his work life as well. So I feel him being like a person who's always thought like, I need to do something to better the world and life immediately around me, you know, in my community, in my immediate community. Or in his case, it could also be his country or his province or his, you know, the thing that he has a little bit of power in the government. Because he says to himself, like, if I don't do the things that I feel are right, I just can't sleep at night. I need to be honest with myself. I need to have a good connection with myself. So, and with people around me, with my country, with people that I, you know, I feel him as like being a lover actually of the people that he's around, of the country that he's representing, in the past especially. But if we look at his personal life, I do know that he is married. He's married to a British lady. I keep getting these images of England coming up and of Ireland also, because I know that he is Irish as well. So I feel him also with this 4 and 7 energy coming together, this Cancer and Libra energy coming together. It's like, I need to get in touch with my roots to really understand who I am as a person. In my family also, like, I feel him like he values family quite a lot. He values his family quite a lot. He had a big love for his family growing up and when he was younger, and his whole life I feel like he feels most grounded when he's with his family, he's with his wife as well. So yeah, he's a person who needs support, and his family supports him. That's what comes up. And he wants to feel also like, I'm getting it right now, that like he wants to feel the people of Canada. You know, it's not only Canada. I see him as feeling like the people of Canada, the people of England, the people of Ireland, a little bit France as well. But generally, I see him as being like a person who thinks of the whole globe as an extension of his family, you know. I feel like he's one of those people who may feel like, you know, we're actually all just like 7 people removed from each other. I feel him like he thinks about the bigger picture a lot. He thinks about the bigger picture of the world a lot. I think his book was something about that, about saving the globe or something like that. His book was really like a globalist book, you know, about something about wanting to go green for the planet and for the world, and how global financial spending, because he's a finance guy, something about how financial spending will save the planet if it's managed properly, you know, something like that, some kind of book like that. I know he released that kind of book. So anyway, let's look now in the tarot to see about Mark Carney's past. What does the tarot want us to know about his past? What is relevant for us to know? Anyway, his present and future are equally as interesting, but if we really want to get to know the man, we have to look at his past. So what's coming up? What do we need to know about Mark Carney's past? Some cards popped here. 10 of Pentacles. Oh, the Tower. Reverse these things. Oh my. Okay, what else? What do we need to know about his past? This one. 9 of Cups. Now I'm seeing a lot of imagery and messages about finances and stuff coming up, so we're going to analyze it in a minute. Because he is a finance guy, so we are really interested in that. So 7 of Cups. Look at all these cups. Look at all these gold and shiny cups and pentacles coming up. A lot of it. 6 of Cups. We got two cards coming up here. So the first one is the Star. First one is the Star, and second one is the Fool. Okay. Oh my. Okay, so with the Fool coming up at the very end, especially before we head into the present moment, it's like his most recent endeavor, I feel, with taking the position of Prime Minister, he felt like, and I feel like other people around also felt like this is a big risk. He doesn't have any ground um, in this territory. Like he's never done anything like this before. He's never been a leading politician. He's never been a politician before, as far as I know. But with the Star coming up before it, it's that energy like, okay, I have a desire or I have a wish to take on this role. But with the Fool, it's like, okay, I don't necessarily know what I'm getting myself into, but let's go. Let's go for it. Especially when he took over for Trudeau, they appointed him. Probably they thought he's the best man for the job or whatever, but I feel him being hesitant, like, okay, I think I can do this, but I've never done it before. And I feel also from the Star here coming up, the Star is all about desire, wish upon a star. So it's like, I feel like he did have a desire and to become a politician, prime minister. I feel like he never thought it would really come to that. He never thought he would be prime minister, even as as a sitting prime minister, like before he was recently elected. Yeah, but look, what's coming up here? So we've got a lot of cups. Ooh, so many cups. Pentacles as well. Look at all these shiny, shiny golden things. He's a man who has held a lot of money in his life. I see him just like sitting on, those from those old movies, where there's like an accountant or something sitting around with stacks of money around him, stacks of gold, bars of gold, stacks of coins, gold coins around him. I see him like this kind of character. And with Ten of Pentacles in reverse here, as well as the Tower, a message comes up, which is something like this man at some point could have lost a lot of money or had a huge, huge loss. And particularly for a country. And it comes up about England right now. It could be that he lost a lot of money for the country of England or the United Kingdom. I feel like he's witnessed some serious losses, like he thought everything was crashing down. Yeah, but with Nine of Cups, also with Seven of Cups, I feel him like, despite those things happening, he's always been in a good position. He's always been in a good financial position, always feeling good, like, okay, I haven't lost too much. I'm all right. I'm fine. My family's fine. And like, despite any kind of losses happening with money he's been managing, he feels okay in himself. He has felt okay in himself since we're looking at the past. And with the Nine of Cups and Seven of Cups, it's kind of that energy like, okay, even though those great losses happened, yeah, it was stressful, but I'm not going to stay on it forever. I'm not going to keep on that forever because I feel like there should be I should keep focused on the bigger picture of things. I shouldn't focus so much on these little losses, even though I feel like it could have been a really big loss, huge loss with the Tower. I get this energy here, like I have to keep on pushing into the future and keep positive and stay grounded and stay level-headed, stay logical, because if I don't, it's going to ruin me. And I feel like we see this kind of timeline here with the Six of Cups in reverse here. So you can say, number 6 in astrology is that it's a number of sickness actually. So with it in reverse here, it's also a negative, in the negative position. So it's kind of like, I feel like just before he had that wish or idea to get into the Canadian government, particularly Canadian government, I'm seeing, there could have been something which he really wasn't jiving with him, because cups is all about his emotions. So before he had that wish, before he got that star card energy, he witnessed something which was like, okay, things aren't going right here. I don't know what I can do about it. Maybe the only thing I can do about it is to myself become prime minister. So I feel like potentially the economic problems in Canada that we've recently seen in the past year or two have been part of the reason why he decided, I need to get into the politics and become the prime minister, because I feel him like, there are issues here that I'm not feeling good about, and the only way I can get into it is if I take that step into the unknown, into being the leader myself. So I get these words coming up, nobody else can manage it. So I feel like he thought nobody else can manage this situation, this political situation. Yeah, he's from these cards coming up, I see him as a person who is he is trying to do good, but he is also a person who realizes that that with great gains can come great losses. And he knows it himself. He's seen it before. And I get the message about some kind of history repeating itself. So we do know, I did read something like he was in England before, managing like as a minister of finance or something like that. But the guides or the angels or whatever, they're giving me the message like history repeating itself is what they're telling me. So I don't know what that can mean or what's coming up, but let's look at the present moment right now for Carney. So what do we need to know about Mark Carney's present moment? Okay, companionship. Giving someone your complete presence is an astonishing gift. Okay, so we know that he has given himself as the Prime Minister of Canada, and he is Canada's new companion or leader, being there for trying to, lead the country or being the face of the country. I also do get a message about him having some kind of partnership or relationship with foreign government or foreign politicians, but I want to say strongly that I feel it's coming up as England. He has a strong relationship with England somehow. That's what I'm feeling. Okay, so let's ask. And by the way, with that purple energy is the energy of the higher thinking, higher knowledge. Crown chakra, the top of the head is like information. And I'm seeing from this card like gears working, gears moving and changing in the mind. So what is coming up here? We actually have two cards coming up. It's really interesting. Two cards jumped out. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Wow, guys. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Look at this forked road. There's a person here who has to take the decisions. And you see fingers are crossed behind its back. That means when you cross your fingers behind your back, what does it mean? It means something is dishonest. So for whatever reason, he's going to have to do something dishonest. But you see here the phoenix. What is the phoenix? There's a song, it's like a campfire song that kids sing. It's like, we are rising up. We are rising up. We are rising up. We are rising up like a phoenix from the fire. So brothers and sisters, spread your wings and fly higher. We are rising up like a phoenix from the fire. The phoenix. And you should know it if you've ever seen Harry Potter or read the novels. The phoenix dies and then is reborn from the ashes. So, wow. Wow. Guys, since we're looking at the present moment here, I feel like things are changing. If we're asking about Canada, you know, I mean, we're looking at him specifically, but I feel these cards specifically talking about his course of action for Canada and for changing this country or saving this country. And it's kind of like I feel him that he is going to be doing some dishonest things, or that he is doing them right now. There are things that he's doing right now which he's not telling Canada. And with the forked road, it's like I feel this forked road being like divisiveness as well. Like people are going to be really against him, really with him, or really against him. Now we have these symbols here. We have number 7, and then we have the, what is this sign? Capricorn. No, that's not Capricorn. That is, gosh, what is it? I don't know, guys. Is it Capricorn? Gosh. What is that? I would say it's Capricorn, I suppose. 1 minute, guys. Let me get my book. Okay, yeah, guys. So it is Capricorn. Yeah, because we go Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. So Capricorn energy with the 7, 11th house. So with the 7 there and the 11th house. So 11th house is all about gains in money and assets, and it can also be inheritance. But with the 7 here, it's that energy of Libra, but it's also about partnerships with the 7th house. So the 7th house is the house of marriage and partnership. So it's like 7 plus 11, 7th house plus 11th house. It's really interesting that some gains may be coming from partnerships. And I've said this before. I think I said this in another reading where it's like there's that energy of through some kind of partnerships or investments, he may be getting foreign nations to invest in Canada. And it may be something that they're not showing publicly in the news as well, or that people may not really know about transparently. I feel this energy of like, we can't be transparent with the people because the people are going to be angry. The people are too emotional. I mean, the regular citizens of Canada, they're too emotional. They won't be able to take it. They won't be able to handle it. But there's something going on, I feel, in Canada with foreign investment, people or foreign nations buying up, I'm actually seeing the land, buying up land, buying up some kind of resources from Canada. I feel like there are some trade deals in the works. I'm seeing him meeting, or his officials like meeting with these foreign nations. Wow, it's really complicated, the things that he's doing, to try to make change in this country. I feel like things are really broken, and the message coming up here is that things are going to be saved, actually. With that Scorpio energy, well, Scorpio energy as well is that transformative energy, but it's number 8 also, which means secrets. And number 9 is that Sagittarius energy. So Sagittarius energy can be also about foreign travel or foreign nations as well. So yeah, it's something which is going to happen, I feel. Canada is going to rise up from the ashes. Things are going to come back into place. But it's not going to be an easy road. And it's kind of like, you see, the end is just the beginning. Things have to be like destroyed before they can be remade and built up in a way. So in a way that is concerning, but I feel like Carney, if we look here in the other cards from his past, I feel like he has experience with this, everything crashing down for it to slowly rise up and become steady. And I feel like he has that idea about saving the country of Canada as well. So let's see now what comes up in the tarot for his present moment. What do we need to know about his present moment? Tuk, tuk, tuk. Page of Pentacles. Interesting. That's really interesting. I'll tell you why in a minute. Oh. Four of Cups. Gosh, these cards just keep giving, you know? Okay, what else? Knight of Pentacles. Ooh. There you go. What else? Oh. We've got Three of Cups coming up here. And we've got one more. Let's take one more. Three of Cups. Two of Pentacles. Okay, it all makes a lot of sense. Yeah, so with the Page of Pentacles here, with the book, you know, Four of Cups in reverse. With the Four of Cups and Knight of Pentacles in reverse, it's kind of like, now, Four of Cups, no, number four, as I said before, it is that energy of the home life. In this case, I feel it can mean his country, his home, his country. With the cups, it's that emotion. So with it in reverse here, I feel like he's not feeling too good about what's going on in Canada. He's really not feeling good about it. With Page of Pentacles here, believe it or not, I feel like this is him, even though it's a young maiden, you know. But the Page energy is that energy of someone who they kind of don't know what they're getting into, or something like that. You see she has a book in her hand here, she has a pentacle in her hand, and this very clearly is speaking to me as like the manager of money. Like, we have to manage our money, we have to write it down in the books. It's accountant energy, it's giving accountant energy, like him observing the situation from a finance perspective. Particularly, we know he is a finance guy, so there's a lot of things about finance coming up here today. But yeah, I feel him being like, okay, what do we have and what can we use? Look at all the things we have. And you see this field of wheat behind her, you see these like hills and buildings and stuff behind her. It's like, okay, what do we have that we can use? What are our assets? What are our resources? What do we have that we can share and we can use in order to build that money again? And with the Knight of Pentacles here in reverse, it's that energy of, now, if it would be in right side up, I would say that would mean coming towards. But with it in reverse, for me, it means going away. So it could be that he's thinking about how to use exports, use somehow exports to build up Canada, to get more money, because it is the Pentacles card. It's something about money. But yeah, it could be, I feel this strongly is about exports somehow, or giving away, putting resources out there so that more money can be made or accumulated. Yeah. By the way, something is coming up from this card, and with Three of Cups as well, where I feel like he could be doing something with Canada actually investing in foreign nations, and it being kind of like a trade thing. Like, okay, we invest in you and you invest in us. Like some kind of partnerships, especially with the Three of Cups energy here. It's like, you see the Three of Cups is like three nations really dancing together. It's like there has to be a partnership between these three parties. I can't say which three, I don't know exactly, but I feel him like, you know, going and potentially asking people. I feel him like he may soon be going, you know, many leaders, they go to this G7 and those kind of summits. I feel like he may be going there and like wanting to make connections with foreign leaders and saying like, can you invest in Canada? What if we give you this? Something about trade deals going on with Two of Pentacles in reverse as well. It's that energy of juggling, you know. But with the reverse here, it's like the juggling is even harder than I thought it would be. It's a juggling act, and it's like, imagine juggling balls like hanging upside down. That's really tough, you know? So I feel like he's in a very tight spot. He knows that this is like make it or break it, and he's the person that can make it or break it for the country of Canada. So yeah, let's go on to the future. Let's see what is coming up. That's what we all really want to know, isn't it? We want to know what is the future of Canada. That's why my last video was so popular. So what is the future of Carney? Oh no, grief. Tears are what happen when the ice in the heart melts. Oh my. This Prime Minister position is going to make his life totally different than it ever was. These are the words coming up to me. And it's not necessarily that it's going to break him as a person, but I feel like it's a tough time. It's going to be a really tough time for him. Tears are what happen when the ice in the heart melts, you know? I feel him in the future being like, I did everything I could have. And also I hear the words, I'm doing everything I can right now. So I feel him like he's going to try to do something the best he can for Canada, for the country, but I get the feeling like he thinks it just won't be enough. And by the way, yes, I do feel like he wants some profit for himself, which also makes the situation more grievous, more full of grief, because he, you know, if you want to take something for yourself, it's you have more on the line, is what's coming up. He's gonna have a lot on. He's gonna have his whole life on the line, is what I feel. So, what's next? Let's see. Black Widow. Oh, future. This is a future energy. Okay, number 3 plus Aquarius. Oh, Black Widow. Betrayal, warning, twisted, turncoat, cunning, danger, toxic, web of control, entrapment. Oh, what else is coming up? Oh, mother load. Oh my. I don't know, guys. Number 1 plus, number 1 is Aries, plus we have Virgo energy coming up here, which is number 6. So there's definitely money. He's definitely going to have money for himself. With the Black Widow energy there. I feel like he is definitely going to be gaining a lot of money for himself. It's really interesting. We have a map here, like a map of a country, which makes me believe that he will be gaining money for the country of Canada as well. And by the way, this map always reminds me of England for some reason. So I feel like there could be some partnership with England as well, benefiting. I don't know why. I'm seeing that he may actually know the royal family personally, or King Charles personally. something like this. Or also that he would like to get to know them and like to spend time with them, the royals, British royals. I'm seeing that, but I feel like this prime ministership is going to make him a very rich man. He is going to, I feel like with the map here, like he is going to try to give something to Canada, give back to Canada. He's going to try to manage Canada. What does the tarot say about his future? Let's ask. 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands. 5 of Pentacles. Oh no. Okay. Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Ten of Swords. One more. 10 of Wands. So we're seeing something about actions here. With the 10 of Wands in reverse here, I feel it's actually about cessation of action. About finishing action. I feel like that can be his retirement or the actual finish when his prime minister period will finish. I feel like that is indicating about that. But let's see what's coming up here with the 5 of Pentacles. Now, having the 5 of Pentacles come up here with the Black Widow, it really speaks to me about some kind of betrayal, about leaving other people like high and dry, or there is something about taking money away from other people or from himself, just for himself. But actually, it comes up like from him, like he may actually be losing money in some cases. Yeah, there's going to be some difficulty coming up for him in the future. Also with 6 of Wands here. 6 is, let's just take it. You know, number 6 is that Virgo energy, which is about hospitals, asylums, helping the poor, sick, and needy. And with the Wands energy, it means about action. And you see this character here, he's like parading on a horse through the street with this wreath. And that to me means that I feel he's going to make some show about giving to the poor, giving to the needy, giving to the sick. Or it could be like, you know, we're cutting taxes in these areas. Him coming on stage and saying something like, we're putting more money toward the hospital sector, toward the needy, toward, could even be education, toward helping children, the weak, the elderly. They're going to make a show about that. But then it comes up here with the 5 of Pentacles. It's like, actually, there's going to be some aspect of it which is not really good financially. And it can be for the country as a whole with the 5 of Pentacles here. And then with the Wheel of Fortune, it seems to me, now Wheel of Fortune is always perceived as like a good card. Things will be moving up, changing, turning around. There will be a period of time where it's like things are coming around. Doesn't matter if it's reverse or inverse with Wheel of Fortune, but yeah, he is going to make some changes in the country. Is what's coming up. Especially, I feel him giving back to those sectors which help the poor and needy and children and elderly and like that kind of stuff, you know. Investing, I'm hearing investing more in pensions, investing more in hospitals, fixing issues with people getting healthcare that they need. I'm hearing these things. But with 10 of Swords, it's like people are, it's really interesting. 10 of Swords and 10 of Wands, you know? So number 10 is that Capricorn energy, which is responsibility and discipline. So I see people in the end being kind of still unhappy with him and saying like he's the worst, you know. He didn't do anything for us. He didn't do anything greater for us. And then with the 10 of Wands in reverse here, it's like I feel in the end he's gonna really welcome retirement uh, from the political sphere. I feel, and just like vanish kind of from the world. Like I'm retired, I'm finished, I'm done. Yeah, with 10 of Swords here. The 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands, it's always that energy around things like changing completely, doing a 180, like flipping. So, wow, guys. Wow. Okay, I want to take now this Oracle deck, Oracle of Rama, to just ask, you know, the cards generally, where is this Prime Ministership of Carney heading? You know, is he going to do anything good for Canada? Or generally, what does it look like? So we take first one of these cards and then one of the Divine Guide, which works as like a dice. So if you don't know, Rama is a Ramayan. Ramayan is like a Indian epic story, and there's a lot in that story about politics and how governments should be run and that kind of thing. So let's just like look in this deck because I feel like it gives information which is good for like politics and serious people and serious matters. So let's take one card. What do we need to know about the future of Canada under Carney? What is he going to do for Canada? I'm going to ask that question right now. Okay, new beginnings. Calm within the storm. The story pauses. Events leading to the birth of Rama are retold. Indication. Very good, especially for new beginnings in the birth of children. Okay. So who knows? His leadership could somehow make things easier in Canada, especially for families and people who want to build families. But it's not, you know, it's not necessarily about children per se. It's about the future, you know, because children are the future. So let's take one of these. It's this one, number 1, Hanuman. It's really interesting because Hanuman is said to be the deity of protection. So that's good. So it says, number 1, Hanuman. Auspicious for children, successors, ventures. So with these cards, I feel it's quite positive actually for Canada. Just know, Canada, if you know about Hanuman, looks like Hanuman is protecting you, all of you in Canada. If you know about Hanuman, if you know anything about him, you can even, you know, give him your bows. Give him your bows. Revere him to help you through these difficult days in Canada. If you're aware of him. If not, I would say what you need to know is that I feel things are going to have an upturn under Carney. Although we saw some different things about him profiting a lot, about him having to, about like, you know, that phoenix energy is like things have to die before they're reborn. So this could be Canada's rebirth, new beginnings. The birth of Rama. If you know Rama, he was that great, strong warrior king. So I feel like this is a sign, Canada and Canadians, that Canada is going to come into a better place somehow. Even if things seem like they're totally crashing down, they are eventually going to move up. And Carney with the grief card in the end, he's going to really not like not really like being prime minister, I feel. Yeah, guys, so if you like this reading today, please like, comment, share, subscribe. There's going to be more readings in the future, and if there is anyone else you're interested to hear about for me to read the cards on, can be celebrity, can be world events, politics, anything, I'm all ears. Please comment on the video, give it a share, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. So yeah, friends, take care. Until next time, wish you all the best. Love and light. Take care of yourselves, and bye bye.